Nobuhiro Watsuki's journey as a mangaka is one marked by a remarkable success and influence. His works have not only shaped the manga industry, but have also left an undeniable mark in the manga landscape. However, the allegations and legal proceedings against him have cast a long shadow over his legacy, stirring a complex dialogue about morality, legality, and the dichotomy of an artist with their art. Join us as we navigate this challenging yet crucial discourse, understanding that the story of Nobuhiro Watsuki is not just about a mangaka, but a reflection of the often convoluted intersection between fame and morality. Born in Tokyo in 1970, Nobuhiro Watsuki began his journey in manga at a very young age. His passion for drawing and storytelling quickly distinguished him as a talent to watch. His career took a significant leap forward when he created Rurouni Kenshin, a series that would not only define his career, but also leave a lasting impact on the manga world. Rurouni Kenshin, also known as Samurai X, is set in the early Meiji period in Japan and follows the story of a wandering swordsman named Kenshin Himura. This series, with its compelling blend of historical depth, intricate characters, and a gripping narrative, quickly became a fan favorite. It was not just the storytelling that captivated the audience, but also Watsuki's unique art style, which combined traditional Japanese aesthetics with a modern flair. Japanese law enforcement authorities discovered several DVDs containing explicit material involving minors in Watsuki's office during a search. This discovery led to his immediate arrest, bringing a sudden halt to his ongoing projects and collaborations. The charges against him were a severe violation of Japan's strict cheetah print laws, which carry significant legal consequences. The public and industry reactions to these revelations was one of disbelief and disappointment. Fans of Rurouni Kenshin and Watsuki's other works were left in a state of shock, struggling to reconcile their admiration for his artistic talents with the gravity of his crimes. The manga and anime communities, both in Japan and internationally, widely condemned his actions. Discussions erupted across various platforms, with many expressing their dismay and anger, not just at the individual, but also at the broader issues of ethical misconduct within the industry. The industry's response was swift and decisive. Publishers and collaborators distanced themselves from Watsuki, with many halting the distribution of his works and canceling ongoing and future projects associated with him. This reaction reflected a growing awareness and intolerance of such behavior in the entertainment industry, signaling a shift towards more ethical and responsible handling of creators accused of serious crimes. Watsuki's case raised critical questions about accountability and the moral responsibilities of public figures, particularly in creative industries where their work can influence and inspire millions. It also opened up conversations about the mechanisms in place within these industries to prevent and address such behavior, highlighting the need for systemic change to ensure a safe and respectful environment for all. The trial and the legal proceedings surrounding Nobuhiro Watsuki were closely watched by both his fans and the general public, given the high-profile nature of the case and its potential implications for the manga industry. The proceedings brought to light various aspects of the Japanese legal system and its handling of such sensitive topics. During the trial, Watsuki admitted to the charges against him, and the court proceedings focused on determining the appropriate sentence. In a decision that sparked widespread debate, Watsuki was fined 200,000 yen, approximately 1,900 USD, which is nothing, and did not receive any prison time. This outcome was met with a mix of surprise and criticism, as many expected a much more severe penalty given the nature of the charges. The reasoning behind the court's decision to forgo prison time for Watsuki can be attributed to several factors prevalent in the Japanese legal system. In cases involving possession of cheetah print, Japanese courts often consider the quantity of material, the nature of the content, and the defendant's previous criminal record. In Watsuki's case, the court may have taken into account his lack of prior offenses and his admission of guilt, which are often seen as mitigating factors in sentencing. Comparatively, similar cases within Japan and other countries often result in varied sentences, ranging from fines to prison time, depending on the legal framework and cultural attitudes towards such crimes. Watsuki's case highlighted the complexities and inconsistencies in how legal systems deal with crime involving cheetah print, sparking discussions about the need for more stringent and uniform legal responses. The reaction to Watsuki's sentencing was thus mixed. While some argue that the fine was a lenient punishment, which I personally agree with, that sounds ridiculous, others pointed out that the damage to his reputation and career was a significant penalty in itself. The manga industry, known for its close-knit community and influence on pop culture, found itself at a crossroads, grappling with how to respond to such incidents and prevent them in the future. Watsuki's sentencing elicited strong reactions from both the manga and anime industry, and its extensive fan base had strong reactions to the sentencing. The response from fans and the general public was diverse and complex. There was an overwhelming sense of betrayal among fans, especially those who had grown up admiring his works. For them, the revelations tainted their memories and experiences with his manga, casting a shadow over a cherished part of their cultural identity and childhood. Discussions on fan forums and social media reflected this sense of loss and disillusionment, with many debating whether it was possible to separate the art from the artist, especially in this instance. Conversely, some fans argued for a distinction between Watsuki's personal actions and his professional achievements. They contended that while his actions were inexcusable, his work should be judged independently. This perspective sparked debates about moral relativism in art and the extent to which an artist's personal life should impact the reception of their work. The broader implication of this case on the perception of Watsuki's work was significant. Rurouni Kenshin, once celebrated for his storytelling and artistry, was now viewed through a lens of Watsuki's crimes. This shift in perception extended beyond Watsuki to the manga industry as a whole, prompting introspection about the values and standards upheld within the community. It raised questions about the role of creators in shaping cultural narratives and the ethical responsibilities that come with such influence. This incident sparked a global conversation about the responsibilities of creators and the institutions that support them, challenging long-standing practices and prompting a reevaluation of entertainment industry norms. One significant implication is the heightened scrutiny on how entertainment industries, including manga, anime, film, and music, respond to allegations of misconduct against their artists and creators. There has been a growing demand for transparency and accountability, urging these industries to not only distance themselves from accused individuals, but also to take proactive steps in preventing such incidents. This shift reflects a broader cultural movement that prioritizes ethical conduct and the safety of everyone involved over reputation and profit. The Watsuki case also brings into focus the cultural and legal differences that impact such cases in Japan versus other countries. Japan's legal system and cultural attitudes towards crimes of this nature can differ significantly from those in the West. For example, the way Japanese law treats offenses related to cheetah print. Now, Watsuki was caught with this cheetah print in 2017. However, that wasn't made illegal in Japan until 3 years prior in 2014, which, coming from a North American perspective, is insanely disturbing. Another part of the justice system there that adds a layer of complexity to the situation is that it wasn't until the very end of the 90s that it was made illegal to actually create this stuff, meaning that for most people back in the 90s and prior, it may have just been considered somewhat of a fetish in Japan. And when you start to view it from this lens, you could see how Nobuhiro himself may have not taken serious thought about his own actions, especially when the max punishment for those types of crimes in Japan are $10,000 USD fine and up to 1 year in prison. The societal perception of these crimes can be more lenient compared to the stringent measures and punishments in many Western countries. This difference often leads to a disparity in legal outcomes and public reactions, as seen in Watsuki's case. In Japan, shame is also seen as an adequate form of punishment, and once a person has paid their debt to society, either through fines, public shame, or imprisonment, they're often expected to show remorse and then reintegrate into society. And it's for reasons that these differences can affect the global perspective when international fans and collaborators impose their own cultural standards and expectations. Cases like Nobuhiro Watsuki's challenge us to think deeply about the moral responsibilities of creators and the industries that support them. This case serves as a stark reminder that the creators of the content we love, such as Rurouni Kenshin, are not our friends, we don't know them personally, and they are very well capable of actions that can deeply affect the public, the legacy of their work, and the perception of their audience. Ultimately, it's a huge shame that Rurouni Kenshin's creator did this, and shame is most definitely an understatement. As you share your thoughts in the comments, I encourage you to do so with respect and sensitivity. This topic truly requires a thoughtful and informed discussion, recognizing the impact that such conversations can have on individuals and communities at large. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.